the thing with secrets. You can't heal a marriage if you have secrets.
Yeah.
And that's why we could never heal.
And Kath also talked about the anxiety starting, and actually that's when it became debilitating.
Right,
I had anxiety off and on from my 20s and my lifestyle. I look back at it, that I could work out or I could have a few drinks or do something to overcome it, but eventually that didn't work anymore. I say this all the time, I didn't become a man until I was 47 years old. I was a boy because of the little things, but
to the pride of a man, right? And that's what the Lord was after, I think.
Oh, he
And
was.
he uses these circumstances or our sinfulness to point us in a better way. That's the irony. I think it's what Paul says about how sin works in us and how God uses that to draw us to him. You know, Tim, you're very vulnerable as well, like Kathy, but we touched on it last night, but I did want to go a little deeper. Your stepdad, one of several stepdads who beat you. I speak to that because this is also abuse, and you learn things in that environment that help you to cope, but end up being unhealthy. So describe what you went through as a child in a little more detail. Did you ever have reconciliation?
Well, I did. And when my brother passed away at age 43 in hospice, his dad was on the other side of the bed.
And he was the stepdad.
He was the stepdad. And I did tell him, I want you to know that I forgive you for what you did to me when I was a little boy. But I did that for my brother. I was not a Christian. Somehow something came into me to say that.
And you're right at the bed. Your brother's hearing this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. And how did the stepdad respond?
He just didn't really say much, and he just kind of backed away. And but he did put me in the hospital twice for beating me. But my mom married another guy that also abused me physically too. Looking back at it, though, I want you to know that caused a lot of my marriage because Jake in counseling said that's what it is. You're trying to survive.
Yeah.
You're not going to let anybody control you. You're going to control everything because you lose control over everything. Yeah, because of your childhood.
You know, it's interesting that you think of those things that happened to you. And then I think God's given us those abilities to protect ourselves. But then we need to hand it over to God. It's as if he's given us the tools as a child to get through horrific things. And we create these mechanisms of coping. And then when the Lord says, okay,